What's up, guys? It's Carson back on Toxic Gaming with week 1 of our PGL matches. It's week 1 of our PGL stuff. If you saw the trailer, you knew it was coming on the 10th, and I hope you're hyped and ready to go as much as I am. For week 1, we're fighting Super Gassy, coach of the New York Shelmets, and his team, which, as you can see on screen, the team matchups, and I'll explain again why this is from his perspective for the battle and why it's live. I'll explain all of that as we get into it. But basically, he brought his Tapu Koko, Alola Marowak, regular Scizor, Drizzle Pelipper, I almost said Delibird, Kingdra, and then a regular Dugtrio. While I had Shaman, that's Assault Vest variant with Seed Flare, Psychic, Earth Power, and Hidden Power, Fire. Basically all attacking with just Assault Vest to take a hit or two, but basically an all-attacking Shaman. I got a Fever, our Thundurus, that's Expert Belt with Sludge Wave, Knockoff, Thunder Wave, and T-Bolt. That is timid and enough speed, I believe, to outspeed, what was it? I believe to outspeed Scarf, Scizor, I believe is what it was. Something around there. But the Sludge Wave from Thundurus does almost one-shot any Tapu Koko as a high roll to one-shot Tapu Kokos, unless they have special defense investment. So that's what I'm hoping for, and I was planning to lead with Thundurus when I saw his team. Then I have OU as fuck, or Tapu Lele, that is Scarfed with Psychic, Moonblast, Energy Ball, and Shadow Ball. With enough, I needed more speed and bulk to be able to take on Scarf. I think it was against Scarf Scizor, and try to basically go after a max speed Kingdra that wasn't in Rain, or Scarf Kingdra for some reason if he decided not to bring Rain. Just kind of ready to go with that, and I feel really bad because I didn't have Hidden Power Fire on Tapu Lele. I didn't think I would need it because I really didn't know if he was going to bring Scizor or not. I didn't think I would need it at the time, but as we move on, we're moving on to Kamala Log, is basically our Kamala nickname, with Leftovers and Comatose, with U-Turn, Earthquake, Sucker Punch, and Wish, with a mixed defense Kamala that basically hits hard enough as it is on most of his team without attack investment. And I didn't really need the attack investment. I wanted the Wish support, and then having Earthquake, U-Turn, Sucker Punch did decent for the rest of my team, and being able to get out when I need to, Wish support stuff, and then Sucker Punch and Earthquake, just nice slow moves to go. Then I had Mythbuster and Nihilego with Shed Shell. Shout out to Sherwin for the Shed Shell idea. With Sludge Wave, Psychic, Thunderbolt, and Power Gem. I almost said T-Bolt and Thunderbolt. But he's got Timid, Max Special Attack, and a lot of speed investment. With a little bit of HP, I believe those speed investments again. I believe most of my speed stuff was to outspeed Scarf Scizor. I believe that's what it was. But then we also finally have Wheeler, our Mega Charizard X, with Earthquake, Dragon Dance, Roost, and Flare Blitz. Adamant, Max Attack. He's going to hit hard with a little bit of speed investment and mostly HP. But really, this Charizard X was just supposed to come in and just hit things hard with Flare Blitz. I wasn't too worried at the time. For some reason, I did not think he would build a full Rain team. I didn't know if it would. I didn't believe the abusing of it with how much my team or my draft in total could deal with Rain. So I didn't think he was going to go with it. But as we can go on here with the battle, we're going to see it from his perspective. Basically, long story short, the battle did disconnect towards the end, but it disconnected at a point where we already knew what the outcome was. There wasn't any question of what was happening. So we're going to see from his point of view, from his side of the field. He leads with his Tapu Koko, as I decided as I went with my gut and led with Thundurus. And now I'm thinking, okay, I have a chance. Even in the Electric Surge and everything, he would have to be Specs to completely one-shot me, and anything else doesn't one-shot me 100%. So I'm gonna be a little ballsy. I'm gonna have him guess that I'm gonna switch out, or something along those lines. Over-predicted. I'm just gonna quick Sludge Wave. That's what my plan was from the beginning. If I see Tapu Koko and I have max health or as high health as I can, Thundurus in there, I'm clicking Sludge Wave. It's going to one-shot almost any Tapu Koko, so I was just ready for it, and now I'm trying to figure out exactly what he's planning on doing. He's thinking I might switch out, but yet I have nothing on my team that doesn't take a stab Thunderbolt in the electric terrain worse, so he goes for the Thunderbolt anyway, and I lived on 17 health on my screen. It was 17, and he, with his Life Orb recoil, Sludge Wave will destroy Tapu Koko. That thing out early really helps my team. as I was really, really scared of Tapu Koko just kind of coming in every time and just wrecking my team. But one thing I forgot to realize, and I realized it as this was going on, that he now switches into his Doug Trio. And I'm like, oh wait, fuck. For some reason, I guess when I was planning the draft and everything, I thought this was a Lowland Doug Trio. So I only had the Shed Shell on Nihilego to get trapped, guessing I was going to get trapped in, but then for some reason I still thought he would be a Lowland, so wouldn't have trapped. So he goes for the Stone Edge, easily kills me. If he missed or something like that, I click to knock off to get whatever item he had off. But he just revenges me easily. And so I'm going to make the play that I feel is the smartest and the safest right now and go into my Shaman. Good old Shelmets, once it pops up. I don't know why it took me so long to decide to go into Shaman. But that was what I was going to go into. I had the feeling I could take a Stone Edge and kill with Seed Flare. I could hit anything on his team hard with Seed Flare, bar Kingdra. Kingdra would be the one thing to be able to come in and just tank the Seed Flare the best, as well as Scizor. But I was like, I don't think he's going to bring in Scizor on this when I'm faster, and I possibly have Hidden Power Fire. I don't see the Scizor coming in. Maybe a Alola Marowak I could see coming in, but I was like, I think Alola Marowak still has pretty shit special defense, and 2 Seed Flares should be pretty decent to most attacking Thick Club Alola Marowaks. Should be able to 2-shot them pretty simple. So I'm just sitting here like, okay, fine, I'm just going to quick Seed Flare. There's absolutely nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with me quicking Seed Flare, because at this point, anything that he brings in, I could hit with something else that's maybe not super effective, but I hit something else harder or switch out into something better. I'm just gonna wait. We're waiting for this as it is live. I did speed it up a little bit. I don't want to speed it up too fast so you couldn't see the action, but he does switch out into his Alola Marowak, and right now I'm like, okay, this is just Alola Marowak. It's gonna get 2-shot by a Seed Flare, no problem, and he lives very easily from this, and he's leftovers. And at this point, I was kind of really celebrating because this told me that this Alola Marowak was not gonna be as hard hitting to my team as it could have been. Even though he did tank that very well. Found out later he was a specially defensive Alola Marowak, so that's why he took that so well. And now I'm thinking, okay, he's probably gonna think I'm gonna switch out, so he's gonna like Stealth Rocks or maybe overpredict and click a random ground move, maybe a ghost move. I should be able to live any move he hits that's not a Flare Blitz, due to him not having Thick Club. So I'm going to quick Earth Power. Earth Power is like, okay, at this moment, I didn't know for sure if he was special defensive. It was like an Earth Power should do a hell of a lot, if not kill this thing, and at least put this on his back foot the entire rest of the game. So I'm clicking. My plan is to quick Earth Power. It's my only plan right now. I could have switched out into Charizard right now and really kind of scared him off with Earthquakes, with Dragon Move. But I went for the Earth Power. I felt a little ballsy in this match. Just go for it. He lives on roughly just under a third, I would say. Probably a little bit more than a third, a little around a fourth HP. Goes for Stealth Rocks. So now whenever my Charizard comes in, it's like, okay, I basically have to bring Charizard in and then click Roost. Like, there's not much else I can do. I could click D-Dance, but that's really risky on that point of clicking D-Dance with the Stealth Rocks up and not trying to get that health back, then D-Dancing and so on and so forth. But right now I'm like, okay, he's not going to let me quick another Earth Power. He's going to go into something that resists Earth Power. Like, he has to. So I'm thinking, okay, what would he go into? Probably the Pelipper, because Pelipper can completely dodge Earth Power, set up the rain, and Hurricane me, or Air Slash me, whatever he decides to want to do for a stab move on Shelmets and really hurt me, or do the double switch into Kingdra. So I switch out Shaman into my Scarflele OUF. Just because I know I should be able to get my own Psychic Surge up, stop bullet punching Scizor if he brings it in, and at this point in the battle, I remembered that I didn't have Hidden Power Fire on Tapu Lele, even though I remember I probably didn't want to have it because I didn't want to stay in, quick the Hidden Power Fire, have him be Aqua Berry, live it, and then kill my Tapu Lele with Iron Head, and then move my Scarf from the game completely. So I'm sitting here just like, okay, is he really going to quick Iron Head? Is he going to quick Iron Head? Is he going to quick a U-turn or Bug Bite? So I decided to switch out into Log, my Komala. He can take almost any hit from this thing, bar it being banded, and really kind of be okay with it. He does go for the Iron Head there, so I'm glad I switched out, and I do live over half with Komala. So now I'm thinking here with Komala and the set that I have Wish, I have all of this stuff. I'm gonna click Wish right now, thinking he would just hard switch, but as he does go for the U-turn, I live the U-turn, and I toss up my Wish, as he is gonna go into, I believe he goes into, yeah, his Alola Marowak. Probably his plan was to stop me from spinning away the rocks, to spin block me there, but I took Rapid Spin off for Sucker Punch. And so I throw up my Wish, I get my leftovers health, and now we're sitting here like, okay, Komala is naturally faster than Alola Marowak. And he's already showed that he's leftovers and probably a defense more invested. So I doubt he's going to have any speed investment. I'm just going to click Earthquake. Like, I outspeed. Why not just click Earthquake? It should kill this thing if looks like he's specially defensive because of how well he took the Earth Power. I mean, there's nothing really wrong with it. I don't know what move he clicked for. I'm guessing he thought I was going to, like, switch out or do, because he saw Wish and Scizor did that much damage. He probably maybe thought I was a Wish Protect set. As I went for the Earthquake, get a nice kill on the Alola Marowak with Komala. I'm liking Komala more and more the more I calc with it, the more I try to make sets with it. I like this thing a lot. I'm very, very happy I drafted this thing. But I get my Wish back. I'm way over, almost to full health, like really close to that. And I'm sitting here and he brings in the Dugtrio. I'm like, okay. At this point, I'm just going to pause the video right here. And I could have clicked any move other than what I clicked in this point. And at this first turn, I realize he's going to outspeed me. He's going to hit me with something. And as you can see on your screen right now, this is my Komala set. Like, I could click any move other than clicking Wish. And the thing I decided to do was quick Wish. He goes for the Earthquake. And it does a hell of a lot of damage to me. And I clicked Wish, and I should have clicked Earthquake. I should have suckered him. I should have U-turned because that could have given me the Arena Trap advantage and gone back into Tapu Lele or gone back into Shaman, something to scare this thing more. I should have clicked anything but Wish. I really misplayed that turn really, really hard. If I clicked Sucker Punch twice, he would have been brought down to really low. As you can see, this Sucker Punch from a non-invested Komala almost does half to a Dugtrio. Yes, I understand Dugtrio has really low defenses, but that's an uninvested Komala. I'm still happy with the damage, but I should have clicked anything but Wish. Anything but Wish. U-turn might have been the best, because then I could have gone into Shaman there and scared him out even more. And the entire time, I was thinking he was still Sash Dugtrio, so I'm like, okay, at least I broke the Sash. It was the only type of benefit I had. But we found out later he was Banded Dugtrio. So at the moment, I should have switched into Charizard, forced the switch out, Mega got my Roost, and then gone from there. But right now, I have Shaman in against this thing. I'm thinking he's not going to stay in. I feel like I'm still going to quick Seed Flare. He's not gonna stay in, but I'm like, I don't know what to click. He does switch out here back into his Scizor, which I believe I still didn't know what item he was, and I went the Seed Flare route anyway, just to safe damage. And I was guessing because he was able to switch from Iron Head to U-turn that he was an Aqua Berry. It makes sense to be Aqua Berry, especially when I have something like Mega Charizard and I have Infernape on my team, that he would be Aqua Berry. Even if he was in Rain, it would just help that much more. And so I'm here like, okay, I'm at least going to get rid of the Aqua Berry with my Shaman with Hidden Power Fire. I'm at least going to get rid of that berry as it does pop. And this is the modest max special attack Shaman onto the Scizor. I don't remember how much bulk he had on it. I don't remember if we talked about that. But he does decide for U-turn as I live the U-turn. And this is where it's like, well, I know what he's going into. He's going to go right back into Dugtrio at some point here and just finish me off. Dugtrio to me was the biggest thing I misplayed around, and I feel so bad because it was a goddamn Dugtrio. But I misplayed around it very, very, very poorly this match. It just wasn't ready for it completely, as he has his Dugtrio in here. He can simply click Earthquake, he can click Stone Edge, he could click probably Reversal, and it might kill me. But as I remember, I was just like, well, I'm just going to click Seed Flare, random chance that he goes for Stone Edge, predicting something. Or, you know, for some reason, just clicks Stone Edge and misses. Clicks Sucker Punch for some reason, or clicks Reversal and doesn't kill. Clicks something other than Earthquake for some reason that I don't know, and doesn't kill me, and I can kill him with a Seed Flare. I'll go for it. Why the hell not? He does click Earthquake, and it does kill my Shaman. So sadly, Shaman did some things and took the Aqua Berry out, but it didn't do all that I wanted him to. It really, really was sad to me how much Shaman couldn't do in this match, but I go into Scarf Lele knowing that I believe I should outspeed Dugtrio with this. I believe maybe that was what I was speed calculating for with Scarf Lele, that I outspeed Dugtrio. And I'm like, okay, nothing on his team like Psychic. I should be able to quick Psychic on anything and everything on his team, including the Scizor, and two-shot it. I should be able to. It would make goddamn sense if I was able to. So I'm sitting here with Lele, like, I'm not in a horrible mood or horrible move here position, but I could get maybe a cheap kill on something, and then a cheap two-shot kill, and then maybe the Dugtrio comes back in and try to revenge. I kill it. You know, maybe I can build some momentum back for my team with Lele here, and he's really trying to figure out what he's going to do. If he goes into Scizor, will Scizor get two-shot by Lele? I believe by the calcs that I did towards this match, I didn't calc much, but I believe I started calcing this part. I believe it would kill, and so it's just like, okay, what is he going to go into? What's his plan right now? It's really, I'm almost going to decide why the hell not lock into Psychic. There's no reason for me not to, especially in the terrain. Like, he's either going to let this thing go down, or he's going to switch out, and he decides to let the Dugtrio go down and lose this type of revenge killer Dugtrio, which, thank God, that thing's finally gone. Should have been gone probably 8 or 9 turns ago. Maybe not that many, but still, should have been gone. And he brings in the Scizor, so now the Scizor can take 2 and basically one-shot me with Iron Head. He's more than capable of taking 2. He knows I'm Scarf, so he knows I'm locked into Psychic. I decided to switch out into my Charizard now, being able to take the Iron Head the best of the 3 mons I have left. And even though the Stealth Rock's damage, I still take that not the best with that Scizor. So to me, that says that he still has a decent amount of attack investment. So I'm just like, okay, he's probably going to quick U-turn. I have to Mega Evolve and Roost, was my mindset when I probably should have clicked Dragon Dance. But he switches out, hard switches this time instead of U-turning, and he goes right into the Pelipper to bring up the Drizzle in case I clicked Flare Blitz, in case I clicked something like that. It would very, very mitigate it from hurting the Pelipper. I Mega Evolve here, nice and Mega Charizard X. I really like the new Mega animation, by the way. First time I saw it actually like in a game, it was really nice. And I went for the Roost. I was like, okay, I should be all right here. I should be all right. And I'm like, okay, what am I gonna do now? Well, I could click Flare Blitz. I could click DD. I could predict him into thinking he was gonna click Scald or something like that, and I can go into Nihilego and be okay, taking Scald maybe, but hopefully that Nihilego can. So I go into Nihilego right now as he decides to quick U-turn with Pelipper. So I'm like, okay, that's a U-turn. Is he gonna go back into the Scizor? Because right now my Nihilego couldn't touch Scizor, but he goes into the Kingdra, and now I'm sitting here like, oh shit, this is Swift Swim. Oh yeah, that's a thing. Like, I kind of forgot the Kingdra was even a part of the match. And he has no problem right now quicking Scald. I was very, very hoping that Nihilego would randomly live on 1 for Scald for some reason, but sadly, he doesn't. And I'm like, okay, my one hope here is to go into Tapu Lele and hope to God that he ran like low speed. You know, hope he didn't put any speed, they went bulky, and then I can just quick Moonblast or Psychic and be able to take this thing out completely if for some unhealthy god reason that the game allows me to do this. And I feel like I should have stayed in. I look back at it, I should have stayed in with Charizard, but then I was like, wait, I don't even have a Dragon move on Charizard. Why the hell do I have Earthquake over a Dragon move on Charizard? What am I thinking? And because I have actually nothing else to touch this besides Tapu Lele. Charizard doesn't do anything with Earthquake or Flare Blitz, including in the part in the rain, while I get destroyed by both Scald and Outrage. I was sitting here like, well, why did I have Earthquake? Honestly, for the life of me, the only reason I would have Earthquake is because of the Tapu Koko, but I should have just been like, Flare Blitz could kill, but he kills me with the Scald. I don't outspeed him in the rain. He must have had enough investment, or I didn't invest enough to be able to outspeed him. And I go into Charizard, and right here is like, well, you know what? Scald's gonna happen. Outrage is gonna happen. Dragon Pulse is gonna happen. Draco Meteor is gonna happen. This is it. It was nice. Good game. Good 3-0. And this is the point in the match where we did end up DCing. We don't know who did. we were both online after it. It must have been something on just Pokemon deciding, fuck you, you can't finish your battle. But we did DC here for no reason. But as you can see, easily with that easy with the end of the match, there was no way I was coming back from this. Like Tapu Lele was my last shot because I didn't have a Dragon move on Charizard X, and I should have. And I fucked up there, but it was still a good game to Super Gassy. That Kingdra and the Doug Trio that I didn't prep right for and didn't play around very well. It was a tough loss to do, but he definitely earned it. And so we're starting off 0-1 for the Chicago Bewears. Not the best way to start off with a new team, but we got something going on next week with Week 2 against the Seattle Smeargles and Sketchy Smeargle and everything. So check out everybody's links to the PPL down in the description if you enjoyed the battle, even though we didn't play so well, and we still enjoyed and you're ready to support the Chicago Bewears. Give this video a like and all that, and subscribe if you're new so you don't miss out on other PGL stuff and other random things that I do on this channel. And with that, I'm going to get up and out of here, so thank you guys for coming out. I'm Carson, this is Toxic Gaming, and as always, you guys stay toxic. We'll see you guys.